everybody, and welcome to our Wednesday's lessons. I hope you're all keeping safe and that your moms and dads are all well and that you're having lots of fun at home and making sure that you're having some time to play and to rest, and that you're also putting in some time for a little bit of your work. Everybody, what we're going to do today is on our first worksheet, we have got some words that have long vowels in them. Now guys, our vowels, remember we have got 5 vowels. They are A, E, I, O, and U. Those are our vowels. Now these particular words have got long vowel sounds in them. All right. So what we're going to do is, guys, they're going to grade 2s. They're going to give you a word, and they want you to add the sound ing to the end of it. It might sound very easy, and you think, my goodness, this is just pud sticks. But say to yourself when you're doing each word, say to yourself, right, my first word says pray. If I have to change it and add an ing to it, it's going to change to praying. When we add ing to a word, everybody, it makes it an action word, something that you are busy doing. All right, so you can say to yourself, right, I go to a church and I pray. But if I go and I add ing to it, I say, I am praying. Okay, so you would write praying. Our next word is journey, and for those of you who might not know what that means, journey is a trip, everybody. It's a trip, it's a little excursion that you can go on. You might say that somebody is journeying to America or journeying to England. Maybe they're going to go on it. They're on their way. All right. Next one, we've got reach. We reach for something, especially if it's not so easy to grab. We might have to reach quite high for it. And if we add an ing to it, we say maybe mom is reaching into the cupboard, or maybe mom is reaching to fetch the laundry. Every day we need to sleep to be able to function and to be able to make sure that our bodies can have a good rest and that we can function for the next day. If we add ing to it, we say we are busy sleeping, or we are sleeping in our beds. One day when you guys are perhaps grown up, many years from now, you might fall in love and you might decide to get married. So if you marry somebody, and if you go to somebody's wedding, we say that the bride, who's the lady, and the groom, who is the man, are busy marrying each other. Our next word is spy. It's when you're sneaky and you're watching and you're making sure that nobody can see you and nobody can hear you. So maybe if you're perhaps being a little bit sneaky and you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing, we might say that you are spying on your neighbors, or you are spying on your little brother or sister to see what they are doing. Our next word is find. If we make sure that if we want to find something, we have to go have a good look. So if you maybe have misplaced something or lost it, you might say, I am finding my PE clothes, or I am finding my costume, or I am finding my work a little bit tricky, or I am finding my work just wonderful. Our next word is follow. We follow somebody, which means we can walk past them or walk behind them, and we follow them, or we just make sure that someone can see that you're paying attention as well. So you might say, like if you're in the shop, you might say, I am following my mom, just so you don't get lost. Following. Or maybe if you're on a trip, you are following directions so that you know where to go. Group is a group of people. It's a bunch of people, so more than one group. Group ing, grouping. I am taking my 10 counters and I am grouping them into groups of 2. That's how we can use the word grouping. Our last one is fuel. Fuel is petrol, just for those of you that might not remember. Fuel, fueling. Your mom and dad have taken the car to the petrol station and they're busy fueling up their vehicles, making sure that they put some petrol or some diesel into their vehicle or their car or their truck. And then, guys, as we move along our worksheet, we have got, if a word ends with a magic E, what we have to do is these ones are a little bit trickier. We can't just keep the word the same and add ing. We have to chuck away that E. We chuck it away. We don't want him anymore because it changes the whole spelling of our word if we keep him, and then it makes it a little bit wrong. So we have to make sure that that magic E, we chuck him away. So if a word ends in a magic E, we throw him away and we add ing. So our first word is bake. So we're going to look at bake. Oh, I see a magic E after my kicking king or my K. So I must look at my E, chuck them away, and I'm going to write baking. B-A-K-ing. Baking. All right. I hope that helps you, and I think that you can try the rest on your own. I'm sure you can manage. Maybe you can teach your mom and dad a thing or two and show them how well you've listened. Then we have got a little comprehension. Everybody, just like what we do in our class together, make sure that you read your sentence carefully. If you get a little bit stuck, everything that you need to know is in your story. So if you can't remember or you get a little bit stuck, go back and read it again. And most importantly, do not forget your full sentences. All right, your full sentences. And right, what we do is, guys, and remember with your full sentences too, you can't just write words, guys. You must make sure it's a proper sentence. Okay, we start our sentences with a capital letter and we end them with a full stop. And most importantly, don't forget, everybody, people's names always, always, always get a capital letter. So let's read our story, shall we? Elliot went to the shop to get some sweets. He likes sweets. He got 5 sweets. On the way home, he ate them all. So number 1, where did Elliot go? So you would say to yourself, he went to the, and you finish your sentence. Okay, the next one, why did he go to the shop? He went to buy a jacket. He went to buy a chair. Make sure that you go back to the story and you don't just write. You make sure that you know what he went to go and buy. Okay. What does Elliot like? What does Elliot like? Say it to yourself in the story. What does Elliot like? What are they telling me? All right. And guys, once you have finished your answers to your questions, I want you to get to your little box at the bottom and have a little bit of fun. You can make them all different shapes and sizes and colors, and you are going to draw 5 sweets. All right. I'll see you guys in a little bit for some maths. Good luck.